Good morning. How are you this morning? Let's talk about resolving conflict. Have you noticed there's so much in the world right now? People seem to be really, really angry. People are shouting at you. People have really short tempers, and there's a lot of arguments. If you seem to think differently to somebody else, it's as if the anger is escalated and you go straight into conflict. So how can we help this? How can we dissolve some situations? Well, using some techniques from NLP, we can use this. So the first technique that I'd like to talk about is disassociation from conflict. So this is called the third perceptual position or the observer position. And what this means is you can imagine yourself looking at yourself as if you're on a TV. So if you can just imagine yourself outside of your body, and if you can imagine yourself from that point, you are not feeling the emotion that you're feeling. So it's as if you're watching a TV show, but you're not feeling the emotions, but you're looking at yourself. So you're not attached to the emotions. And that way you can see life from a different perspective. So when we take our emotions out of the way, sometimes we can see things a little bit more clearer. So if you can just take a deep breath in the middle of whatever you're going through at the time, take a deep breath, imagine another version of you, and imagine what that other version would be thinking and feeling. What would they say if you didn't have this frustration or this anger or whatever this emotion is in you, or if that person wasn't projecting at you, how would you think and feel differently? So that's the first technique that we can use. The second one is used in sales. It's about building rapport, building rapport, and it's called pacing and leading. And so, for example, if somebody is really, really screaming at you, it's really, really important for you to stay calm. So how do you, if somebody's really screaming at you and projecting all of this emotion and all of this anger and all of this frustration at you, how are you able to get through to them? So you could match the volume. So they might be shouting at you. So you could raise your level of volume up to the same as them. You can, if they're talking faster, a lot of the time when somebody is really angry, they're talking a lot faster. So you can change the speed of your voice and the words that you say, and you can change your tonality as well. You can do all of that while remaining calm. So you're kind of on the same level as them, except that they're feeling this emotion and you're doing it from a place of calm. And if you can have a conversation from that point of view for just a few minutes, you can start leading. So what you're doing, you're pacing, so you're getting up to the same speed and tonality and volume as the person that you're talking to. And when you are in rapport with them, then you can start leading the conversation. So you can start slowing down the words that you're using, slowing down using your breath. Take the volume down, take the speed down, and change the tonality. So the whole conversation starts calming down. And that way you can lead the person into a much more way of communicating with you. And obviously when we are communicating and trying to get our point of view over, it's much easier when we're in a calmer state of mind and we do it from a state where we're not in a heightened state of emotion. The third thing I want to talk about is a pattern interrupt. This is really, really simple to do. And sometimes when you're in a heated conversation or you feel like you're not getting through to somebody and they're feeling the same and there's all this frustration, there's a way that's really simple that you can stop this conversation from spiraling. And this is, it just dissolves the anger or frustration. So it's just by making a calm statement and just saying to the other person, I really want to resolve this issue, but right now I just need to take a few minutes. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to think about this and I will come back to you and resolve this issue. And that really enables you to step away, think differently, calm down, take a deep breath, really think more clearly without being in that state of emotion. And it also helps the other person to do that as well. knowing that you're giving them a time. Say, maybe I'm going for a walk for 20 minutes, I'll meet you back here in 20 minutes, or maybe you need a bit longer. Give them a time frame so that they know that you are intending to resolve this issue at a certain time. And it really, really helps. So the fourth tip I'd like to give you is by stepping into someone else's shoes. So think back to that first exercise where you were looking at yourself and not feeling that emotion. You can do that exercise where you actually imagine yourself inside the other person. And you can start feeling how they feel and seeing what they see and start thinking how they think. And when you can actually see life from somebody else's perspective, you can start understanding them more. And then when you understand somebody more, you can give them what they want and what they need to help resolve this conflict. So it's much easier if we can see the other person's point of view in a conversation rather than just thinking the way that we think, because none of us are the same. Every single one of us have different points of view on different things. Not one person in this world is the same. And if we all speak for long enough, there will be conflict on different issues. We don't necessarily want to argue, we just want to feel understood. And we want to go into a situation and come out of that feeling like we've been heard and there's a resolution. You will be the same as the person that you are talking to. So giving you these tips are just really simple things that you can do to actually start resolving this conflict. So the first one was disassociate from the conflict. So go into that observer position where you're looking down on yourself and you can take away any emotion. The second one was building rapport, and you're pacing and leading the conversation using the volume and the speed of your voice and the tone that you're using, and then moving somebody into a state of calm speaking. The third one will be pattern interrupt, and that's where you say, hey, I really need to step away for a few minutes. I will come back to you in 20 minutes, in an hour, in 2 hours, and we will resolve this. And the fourth step is stepping into somebody else's shoes and really understanding what they want and really understanding what they need and how they'll be thinking. And this will make it so much easier for you to resolve conflict in the future. So I hope this has helped you. I would really love to know how you go with this in the comments below. And I will see you again next time. Thank you so much for being here, and goodbye for now.